Om Namah Shri Yatirajaya Vivekananda Suraye Satchit Sukaswarupaya Swamine Tapaharini. My salutations to Swami Vivekananda, who is the king among the ascetics, who is blazing with the knowledge, and whose nature is existence, consciousness, and happiness, who has descended on this earth to redeem the difficulties of the humankind. Oh, peace, peace, peace. Dear devotees, today we are all having an interesting topic: how to manifest the divinity, or what are the ways to manifest the divinity. As the Vedanta, the Upanishads, time and again, it has told that we are divine, we are divine, we are divine. Or, I am the divine, I am the divine, I am the divine. I am not the body, neither the mind, nor the emotions, feelings, thoughts. I am the spirit, I am the self, which is indestructible in its nature. Thousands of years before, a Rishi, after the experience of the self, he told, Shrunvantu Vishve Amrutasya Putraha. Please listen, you are the son of immortal bliss. Beautiful verses from Chandogya Upanishad. You are the heir of immortal bliss. That's the reason Swami Vivekananda said. It is sin to call that man or woman is a sinner, or human being is a sinner. We are not sinners, we are divine beings. When we hear, it makes good sense. It makes a lot of positive hope. But many times we don't understand what is this divinity and how to manifest, realize, and put the divinity principle in a practical way. There only, in the modern times, Swami Vivekananda came and he preached this concept of divinity to the entire humankind, which is universal in its nature. I may belong to any country, any religion, any race, or any walk of life. Everyone can practice this concept of divinity, and by manifesting it, I can become a better human being. How I can become better human being? By trying to manifest the divinity, one can become the better human being. That's why this divinity is nothing but it gives a tremendous faith. It gives tremendous positive hope. And as Swami Ranganathanji says that it is a science of infinite possibilities. What a beautiful word. Science of infinite possibilities. So when we say that we are divine, it is not something, a mysterious object, or it is not that somewhere it is hidden in the mountains or in the above worlds, which we see in some mythologic as a stories, or in an island or whatever. No, it is our inherent nature and it is there in all of us. So what is this divine divinity? As per Upanishads, as per Vedanta, it is one's own nature. It is a subject, it is not the object. It is pure awareness. It is pure consciousness. It is the bliss and it is the pure existence. What do I get it by understanding? First and foremost, I'll become a better human being. The second is I'll be free from the cycle of birth and death. Or, in other words, I always want to live If you see in mythologies, many people, especially demons, they practiced penance for hundreds of years or for a long time. When the god appeared, my dear, what do you want? He or she asked, I want to live eternally. I don't want death. I should be free from death. So please grant me that boon. Then the Lord says, no, my dear, it is not possible. In this creation, whoever has taken birth, he or she has to die, so that is not possible. Then they used to use permutations and combinations for the death. Somehow or other, they used to get die, they used to get slain. Why it is? Because our nature itself is existence, pure existence, that is called Sat. So we would like to exist all the time. Can any one of us imagine clearly that without me, how the world exists? Or without me, the things can exist? No, it is not possible. And even in the houses or in the day to day life, when we speak about death, people say, oh, why do you speak about the death? It is a bad thing. We should not speak. Why? Because it is against the existence. So we all want to exist eternally. Even the desire for name and fame, power and position is also nothing but the reflection of this existence. When my power, position, name, and fame has been increased, what happens? Then my existence has been accepted from the large group, large community. So it is a reflection of this existence, desire to exist. That is my nature. But unfortunately, I am trying to find that existence in the external world, which is never possible. So it is my nature. By realizing my nature, by understanding my real nature, I can exist. Then, as Aristotle says, man is a rational being. Knowledge, we all believe in knowledge per se. Knowledge is supreme. And we all want to be learned person. Even the so-called ignorant person, so-called even the fool, best among the fools, he doesn't like to be called that you are ignorant or fool. Because every one of us want to be a knowledgeable person. Why? Because our real nature, our inherent nature itself is chit, that is knowledge or awareness or consciousness. That's the reason, that's also one of the driving factor for us inventions. We would like to know the every nook and corner of the universe. We have so many inventions and discoveries we have made in this earth. Then we went to moon, and now we are trying to go to different planets. And we're also trying to know what is there beyond the planets, our solar system, that is in our Milky Way galaxy. And afterwards, we would also like to go to other galaxies and find out what is there. Whether is there any beings, any life in any other planets or in any other solar systems or in any galaxies. And we want to know what is inside the ocean, what is above the sky, and all the secrets of the nature we would like to know. Fine. What is the basic driving factor behind all these things? Because our real nature is, our inherent nature is chit, that is knowledge, awareness, consciousness. So that is trying to get manifest in this mundane world. Now, in the olden days in the India, many rishis also they tried to invent many things. That's the reason we have got a lot of scientific discoveries. Unfortunately, afterwards, it was not continued and we lost that huge tradition, a beautiful tradition. After inventing many things, then they started understanding that there is no end to it. And there is no real peace and real happiness by all these things. Then they started searching where is that real happiness. Then they went inside and they found out the real happiness and the real knowledge is in inside. That is only myself. A beautiful question which comes in Mundaka Upanishad. A beautiful question was asked by disciple. O Guru, O teacher, kasminno bhagavo vignate sarvam vidam vignatam bhavati iti. My dear teacher, venerable teacher, please tell me by knowing which everything will be known. What a beautiful question. What a grand thinking. And it is also a good shortcut. I need not to study so many subjects. If I knowing by one, the whole world will be known. Please tell me that secret. That's enough for me. Who has got really common sense, really intelligence or wisdom, and a beautiful, grand thinking, such a being a disciple or a student. And that is called Atma Vidya or Brahma Vidya. That is the knowledge of spirit or self, knowledge of oneself. Then I want chocolate. Children want chocolate, toys, then bicycle, then motor vehicle, four wheelers. Then I want money for my existence, to have a merrymaking, and I want costly things. So many things we go. Why? Because we get pleasure from all these things, or we get happiness from all these things. Though they are limited in the nature, though they are short lived, they give a limited happiness or a pleasure, but we go behind that. Why? Because my real nature is happiness, Ananda. I am trying to find that Ananda in a person or in a place or in a thing. After struggling, after going into many places, trying, I get tired. Then I will try to find, I will try to thinking, I will start thinking, where will I get that real happiness or eternal happiness? Then the Upanishads are the saint, are the person, are the people who have realized the eternality, eternal truth that, oh my dear, the happiness doesn't exist in the world. It doesn't exist in the objects. It doesn't exist in a person or opposite sex. It exists in oneself, that is your real nature. So try to understand, try to be aware of, try to realize. That is what, because my real nature is Ananda. So when I say what is the divinity is nothing but the self or Atman, which is of the nature of existence, consciousness, bliss absolute. Now, this is the theoretical background, or what is my nature? My nature is self or Atman, that is existence, consciousness, bliss absolute. Fine. Now, how to manifest it? I am the divine, you are the divine. Every human being, every animal, every bird, every beast is divine. Imagine what a beautiful, what a grand concept. It is a basically, as I already said, it is a science of faith and it is a science of hope. Fine. How to manifest it? Swami Vivekananda has given from spiritual aspect, from spiritual angle, the four paths. One is path of selfless action, karma yoga. The other is path of love, that is bhakti yoga. Then the third is path of psychic control, raja yoga. The fourth is path of knowledge, that is gnana yoga. That's the one thing. When myself I was cogitating about this manifesting the divinity, I felt the other, probably there is another way also to manifest the divinity, or there are three ways to manifest the divinity. What are that? Icha Shakti, power of will. Icha is desire or will. Shakti is power, power of will. Then Gnana Shakti, power of knowledge, knowledge power. Then Kriya Shakti, the power of action. These are the three power which every one of us we have got. So exercising it, developing it, putting into practice, then we will be manifesting our divinity through these three ways or three channels. And even there's a Lalita Sasana. It is 1,000 names of the universal mother. There it is told, Icha Shakti, Gnana Shakti, Kriya Shakti Swarupini. Oh mother, you are the embodiment of the willpower, you are the embodiment of knowledge power, and you are the embodiment of action power. So that taking Icha Shakti, Gnana Shakti, and Kriya Shakti, we shall try to understand how can we manifest the divinity through this. So what is this Icha Shakti? It is the power of will. This power of the willpower is very, very important, and it is very what is it, important tool or character or energy for any one of us to reach the success, to attain the goal, either in the mundane world or in the spiritual world. First and foremost, we should have a desire, strong desire to do something, to achieve something. I would like to become an engineer. I would like to become a doctor. I would like to become a monk, or I would like to become a scientist. I would like to become a spiritually awakened person like Buddha. Whatever we want, fine, but we should have a strong desire, which is a part of willpower. Not only that, we should decide and we should try to achieve it. We should decide and we should try to achieve it. Many of us, we have got desires. We have got desires and the targets we have got. But when we start traveling from desire to target, if not all, 80% of the people will lose or will fall off. And there is, I think, recently, I was reading an article. There, I came to know that more than 80% of the people, they are unable to reach their targets, desired targets. Why? Lack of willpower, lack of icha shakti. We all think so many things. Of course, few don't think, few of us we think, we desire, few of us we desire, few of us we desire strongly, few of us we start doing it, and few of us we are very serious and we keep on pursuing our desires or our goals or our targets. How much our difficulties may come, how much our adverse circumstances may come, how much our problems may come, but facing all these things, reaching the goal is very, very important. Reaching the target is very, very important. That is possible by exercising our willpower, the power of will. Say, for an example, morning I thought, I desired, I willed that I'll get up at 5 a.m. I set my alarm too. Alarm rang and I got up. I switched off the alarm and I slept. 20% of the people will be like this. 20%, other 20% of the people around, they switch off the alarm, they get up and they start their journey. They start their day as they had desired or they had planned. And in between, 60% of the people are there. Neither they are able to sleep nor they are able to get up. They want to sleep at the same time because they have decided that they would like to get up, and they're oscillating between sleep and rising up. That's where the struggle comes. So when you increase your willpower, 5 o'clock, I would like to get up, I will put off the alarm and I will get up and start my ablutions or whatever the routine. So our willpower, exercising willpower starts from the beginning of my day, that is from my getting up from the bed. If I can exercise my willpower from getting from the bed from the regulated time or as I desired, then many things will fall in their place. And I would like to read for 3 hours. I desired, I made a timetable, fine, all these things, but we are not able to. Because friend came, because I got a message, or because I was not in a good mood, or I was not liking, my mind was not liking. All such type of nonsense things or blame excuses we keep on giving. Why? Because it is lack of willpower. If the willpower is strong, then we can achieve whatever we want. Either materialistic prosperity or spiritual progress, both are possible by exercising willpower. That's why Warren Buffett, the great millionaire, he asked, who can be the millionaire? In a congregation or in a big function, when we probably was invited to give a lecture, he asked, he asked a question, who can be a millionaire? People said, who works hard, who has got skills, who has got patience, all these things. Then he said, no, you misunderstood my question. I'm not asking what are the qualities which required to be a millionaire. I'm saying who will become millionaire. Then people started scratching their heads and they said, probably he can be, she can be, and my friend can become, or my neighbor, or my what do you say, husband or sister or brother or whatever. Then only one person got up and he said, I can become millionaire. Warren Buffett said, yes, this is the answer I was searching for. Let us give a applause for him. See, he can become, she can become is not a question. Can I become a millionaire? Yes, I can become a millionaire. That is a tremendous faith in oneself. That is very, very important for any person to be successful. We may have to face ups and downs in the life. We may have to face a lot of problems and difficulties, fine, but willpower is required. I can become the millionaire. Warren Buffett said, this is the secret of success. Because I had thought I can become the millionaire, I had thought, I had desired, had a faith, and I put into practice, and I became millionaire. So this is what very, very important for all of us. This is what the role of willpower. One is intense desire to become a better human being or to reach our targets. That's the first thing. And the second thing is we have to have the strong willpower, which is very, very important. Now, if you have got this willpower, you can do anything and everything. Probably, I will give an example of one young girl who is called Rakshita Raju. She comes from India. She was born blind. Probably maybe little 20 or 30% was able to see, or otherwise she has got a specially able child, I mean visually impaired child. And when she was born, in no time, his father passed away. And she comes from India, from Karnataka, one village, and they're poor people. Then in maybe 2 or 3 years or in few months after her birth, then mother also passed away. And this young small girl or baby, Rakshita Raju, was taken care by her grandma. And because of her age and because of the poverty, she was unable to get operated and she was also blind. Somehow she took care of this baby. And when Rakshita Raju was 5 or 6 years, probably, then her grandma also passed away, died. Now she became orphan. No one is there to take care. So the villagers were kind enough. Then they inquired, and nearby, when the blind school academy was there, then Rakshita Raju was taken and got admitted into this blind school academy, which was free in nature. She started doing well, she started studying well. Then probably she was at the age of 12 or 13 or 15 around. So there was a school day function, annual sports function. One of his senior, 1 year senior, he is also specially able, visually impaired person like her. He stood 100 meters running race first, 200 meters running race first, 800 meters running race second, something like that. And everyone were clapping when the prizes were announced. And she also clapping. She was also with all happiness. She also started clapping. While clapping, a thought occurred in her mind. When this person, maybe like elder brother, if he is able to achieve this with having the visually impaired, where he is not able to see most completely, or if not probably 70-80%, and with that little, whatever the visuality power of seeing, if he is able to get the prizes, why can't I? Then this gave tremendous confidence and this gave tremendous faith and hope in her. Fine. It is not just she thought there and she thought and she felt happy and she kept quiet. From the next day itself, she started running. And definitely because of her visual impairity or whatever, she had to fall and she had a fall and there were some wounds and all. But that didn't stop her practicing running. She practiced nicely. In the next annual event of her school, she got many medals in the athletics. Then she got a chance to participate in the county level, that is called in county, or there in India it is called taluka districts. Then she went to state level, she went to national level, and probably in 2018 or 2020, Asian Para Olympics. in the national level or international level, in the Asian Para Olympics 1500 meters running race, she got a chance to, what do you say, participate. And she ran there 1500 meters running race and she got a gold medal. She stood first among between so many countries athletes, and she stood first holding the tricolor flag of her country with all pride. And Narendra Modi, the present Prime Minister of the India, he welcomed her and he congratulated her, and also probably he allowed her to dine with him. See what a beautiful thing. How it was possible? Because of the Icha Shakti, because of the strong willpower. She was born and father lost. In no time, she lost mother. And in fifth year, grandma also lost. She became an orphan. And she's a blind girl, poor family, village. And she had to, join in a school with no one's as a background. But still, with all these difficulties, with all the shortcomings, she worked hard. With a strong willpower, she practiced, and 1500 meters running race, she stood first, and she got gold medal in that too, in the international level, Asian Para Olympics, and now she has become very famous in India. If that is possible for her, why not for us? God has given everything for us. Good body, good parents, good family, and so much opportunities God has given, but why we are not making use of it? Who is the cause? Who is the reason? It is we are ourselves. That's why, my dear devotees are, youngsters or everyone, blessed beings. So we should have intense desire. We should have set goals to achieve something, and we should keep on pursuing. We may fail, we may not be able to achieve. We don't know. Success and failure is a part of life. Never mind. But we should keep on. We should keep on holding to the goals, and we should keep on chasing the goals with intense desire and intense willpower. So this is one of the way to manifest the divinity. Why? You can say, how come the divinity and this manifestation through Icha Shakti, how it is created? Divinity is what? Science of infinite possibilities. Divinity, the self means what? It is nothing but energy. It is a self, it is a consciousness, it is awareness, and it is a bliss, no doubt. How it is manifested? Through Icha Shakti, through the willpower. Then the second is Gnana Shakti. Gnana Shakti is what? The power of knowledge. We have got so much time. And because of today's internet, the whole world, the whole universal library is on our palm or is on our desk. Because if it is in mobile, it is on our palm, or if it is in the like a laptop, it is on our table. So much knowledge we have got. Earlier, you had to go to library, or you had to go to a knowledgeable person, and we had to approach them, we had to listen to them. Otherwise, no. Now, so much knowledge is available. Why we are not able to make use of it and become a knowledgeable person? You want physics, you want chemistry, biology, spirituality, bioscience, pharmacy, whatnot. Any subject you want, whatever knowledge you want, everything is available today. Free source. But are we able to make use of it? It is all left to us. We should be able to make use of it, and we should become a better human being or a better knowledgeable person. Probably I'll tell you a small story. You will understand how he had I had an obsession with the knowledge. In Advaita Vedanta, there are three schools of Advaita Vedanta. One is Bhamati, the other is Vivarna, the third is Vartika. Three sub-schools of Advaita Vedanta, non-dualistic philosophy. Among them, one school is called Bhamati Prasthana. And that Bhamati Prasthana was started by Vachaspati Mishra. Vachaspati Mishra is one of the great philosophers. And during his time, there was no book left which he didn't study. He had studied all the systems of philosophy, Indian philosophy, and he had studied moreover all the books. And he was master in the Indian philosophy. And he wrote the sub-commentary on the commentary of Shankaracharya on Brahma Sutra, that is a logical treatise of Advaita Vedanta. And he has written that sub-commentary, so small book, and that can be used as a pillow. So imagine how much he has written. And In the olden days, few centuries before, in the olden days, in the hut, people used to live mostly, and they used to sit on the mat and with wooden desk probably, and wooden table, small wooden table or desk, and they used to write on the palm leaves. We all know that in the olden days. And this Vachaspati Mishra is also writing a glossary, it is called Tika, to the Shankaracharya's commentary for the Brahma Sutra, logical treatise. Is writing his glossary. Evening, sunset is happening. So a lady brings a mud lamp, a lamp, and she keeps near his wooden desk. He raises his head and he thanks her. My dear lady, thank you for helping me by bringing the lamp. It will make easy to my writing. But who are you? Without asking permission, you have entered my house, which is not right. Who are you? Immediately, that lady started crying there. Then this Vachaspati Mishra took aback bit and he said, my dear, without maintaining the etiquettes, customs, without knocking the door and taking my permission, you entered the house, which is not right. And just I told in a very simple way or without hurting you, and you were crying. It is not right, my dear lady. Please tell me, who are you? Then she started explaining, my dear, because you scolded or you were asked this question, I'm not crying. Because you didn't recognize me, that's why I'm crying. Then Vachaspati Mishra didn't understand. He started scratching his head and he asked, is it so? Why? Who are you? Then she says, 20 years before you married me and you've forgotten about me. And every day I'm taking care of the house and I'm cooking for you, etc., etc. Then Vachaspati Mishra pen stops writing and he starts thinking, oh, yes, after my education, 20 years before I had a marriage, fine. But he totally forgotten. And he was so much obsessed with the study, he was gone studying, eating, sleeping little, and he was gone studying, studying, studying. And he forgot about the life and he forgot about who is taking care of him and who is that lady who is staying in the house and helping him. It looks like exaggeration for us. Probably it looks really, is it possible and all? Yes. So much he was so much obsessed with the knowledge. I believed in knowledge per se, and always in acquiring knowledge. He didn't bother about who is there in and around him and who is feeding him, who is taking care of him. So this is what Dhyana Shakti. If when we get such a desire, such an intense desire, such a burning desire to acquire the knowledge, we can get. So for an example, one more Ekalavya. In Indian stories that Mahabharata, we get Ekalavya, who comes from a forest. He had an intense desire to learn the art of archery. Even he approached one teacher called by name Dronacharya, but Dronacharya refused him to teach. But just he accepted him as his teacher, guru, and he made a beautiful image of him in the mud or clay. He, what do you say, he paid his respect to him and he started practicing archery. In no time, he became one of the best archer. Even by listening just sound, he was able to shot the arrow in the particular direction, which the direction from in which direction the sound is coming. That's called Shabdavedi Vidya, which is one of the special type of advanced education techniques in the warfare with respect to archery. How did he get it? One is strong willpower and constant practice, and because desire to acquire the skills and Dhyana Shakti knowledge. So when we get such type of knowledge, we become a better human being and we can become the resourceful person. And that is there hidden in every one of us. Only we should desire for it and we should understand it and we should manifest it. This is called Icha Shakti. So first, I'm sorry, Gnana Shakti. So first is Icha Shakti, the power of will. The second is Gnana Shakti, the power of knowledge. When we hear, oh, Swamiji gave a beautiful talk, it was highly inspiring and motivational. Okay, we should think and we should desire and we should work. We should get something. We all feel that. We get motivated when we read some good books, when we hear some talks. But it has to be put into practice, isn't it? Otherwise, today I will think nicely and I will eat and I'll sleep, and next day onwards back to square one. That should not happen. So, if that should not happen, the third power, which is called Kriya Shakti, the power of action, the power of implementation, we should understand. Whatever we think, whatever the dreams we have got, whatever the desires we have got, it has to be put into practice. It has to be translated into action. I would like to become one of the greatest Nobel scientists. Fine, you can become Nobel laureate, you can become, but you have to work for it. This is called Kriya Shakti. I would like to become a best athlete. I would like to be a good rugby player, football player, cricket player. I would like to become a good musician. I would like to become a good economist. Fine, all these things are fine, but again, that has to be put into practice. What to achieve, to be an achiever, one has to put all my ideas and desires. We have to put into action. We have to work hard with skills. That is what I mean, Kriya Shakti, the art of implementation. All the great people, they worked hard with skills. That is the reason they achieved success. Swami Vivekananda, one of the greatest monk, he had to face a lot of difficulties. He had to face character assassination when he came to West. Initially, he had to face problem with the clothes, with the cold, and with the money, all these things. But once he became famous, all these problems were not there. But he had to face some other problems, character assassination, because many church people, they envied him. He's becoming famous, so they envied him and they tried to do character assassination. But anyhow, he also raised above all these things. So similarly, any great person, whoever has achieved, if you see, everyone had to face a lot of difficulties. Swami, what about you? Yes, I have faced a lot of difficulties. I will be facing a lot of difficulties. I am facing a lot of difficulties or challenges. Every one of us have to face in our own way, in our path. No one is spared. Either you are a monk or householder, or you are a student or employee, every one of us, we will have our own difficulties, our own challenges. We have to face it and we have to rise it. That's why, I mean, one volunteer had come, youngster. He was talking with me just before the talk. I said, the nature will never spare any one of us. We have got the only two options. What is that? One is fight or flight. Fight, face the brutes, face the difficulties, and rise. Or otherwise, get away, run away from that. If you run away from these difficulties, some other difficulty will come. If you run away from that difficulty, some other will come. Basically, we will be in the loop. So flight is not possible all the times. Maybe sometimes it is okay, but all the times it is not possible. So what to do? Fight and rise oneself. That's what Swami Vivekananda tells. Face the brutes. Face the brutes. Face the brutes. Brutes is externally problems because of people, because of situations, and facing the brutes is also inside because of my own nature, because of my laziness, because of my negligence, because of my, what you say, behavior, because of my irresponsibility. Even all these type of things which pull me down, which brings me down, all these things also can be brute in my own way internally. I have to face the brutes internally or externally. So we have to face that. We have to rise ourselves. For that, that idea we would like to put into practice, then Kriya Shakti is very, very important. There's infinite power in all of us, but we have to put into practice. Even today, biology is saying that our brain has got 100 million cells, 100 million cells or 100 billion cells. And every cell capacity has got 10,000 kilobytes. Imagine 10,000 kilobytes storage capacity is one cell, one brain cell, and we have got 100 million or 100 billion. So 10,000 kilobytes into 100 million means how much terabytes it happens. So basically, we can say that one supercomputer probably is in our brain. But we say, oh, we have got lack of memory, we are not intelligent, we are not genius. All these things we tell, we stupid excuses will be keep on giving it. No, everything is possible. All things are possible from us and from every one of us. Only we have to manifest it. We have to practice it. We have to implement it. That's where the Kriya Shakti, the power of action, the necessity and the importance of action or practice comes into picture. So this is what the Kriya Shakti. This is quite necessary. Either you want to be a famous person or a successful person in the mundane life, in the materialistic life, or in the spiritual life also. Kriya Shakti is very, very important. One of the person like APJ Abdul Kalam, he was the former president of the India and is known as Missile Man of India. When he was small boy, probably was studying in 7th standard, when he was discussing with his maths teacher in the southern part of India, in the Rameshwaram, where it is a sea beach, seashore. Then both of them were discussing on the seashore. Then in the olden days, 50, 60 years before, story I'm telling, a plane went above them, above their heads on the sky. Then the small boy with the innocence asked, "Sir, what is that?" Then his teacher explained it is aeroplane. It is called plane aeroplane. How nice. How does it go? They use the white petrol. So how does it take from the land and how does it reach there, etc. He asked. But the teacher was sincere enough and he said, "My dear, I do not know much about that, but I would like to. I have got a desire. I would like to. You should work in that particular direction and you should know all these things and you should be instrumental in launching such vehicles or such things." APJ Abdul Kalam said, "Okay, sir." So from that day itself, he started desiring that I should prepare some vehicles or some instruments which will fly on the sky or above the sky. Then he comes from a poor background, rural background, all these things. Then he pursued aeronautical engineer and he joined ISRO, which is one of the government organization, which a research organization which works with the satellites. And he was one of the instrumental person in launching many satellites. So whatever his teacher gave, he sowed the seed that day. He accepted in his mind as a field it was ready. He accepted that the seed was sown slowly, slowly, sapling, plant, tree. It came as a thoughts and ideas. He never just decided and kept quiet. He never thought and desired and kept quiet. He started working on that slowly, slowly. He pursued his education and he started working in that particular way and he became the missile man of India. And he was instrumental by launching with many satellites. And one particular mission, one or two mission, he was also a main person to launch particular satellites. So how is it possible? Because that Icha Shakti and Gnana Shakti was put into action as a Kriya Shakti. That's why Kriya Shakti, the power of action, is very, very important. We all desire, we all think, we have got some knowledge also, but we don't put into practice. We don't implement it. When it comes to the implementation, we fail. So Kriya Shakti is also very, very important. When these three powers are combined and when we start implementing in our life, then the success becomes a cake meal for us. It is in our pocket. Success will be in our pocket. We will be the successful people. We will become the achievers. So manifesting the divinity in the mundane way or from the personality development point of view or to reach the targets, to reach the success, to attain the success, either internally or externally, or in the materialistic field or spiritual field, this is the way out. So let us all think. We are not weak. We are not dull. We are not ignorant. We are not unintelligent. It is not it is not possible for us. We are divine beings. We are immortal beings. And we are divine, that itself assures, that itself, it is very sure that signs of infinite possibilities. We can achieve many things. It confirms when we say that our inherent nature, our real nature is divine. So may the Almighty bless all of us so that we shall understand that we are divine, we are not limited, we are not body and mind, we are not weak, we are with full of strength and vigor and zest and whatnot. And we have got a lot of infinite power and strength in us. We shall try to attain and achieve. For that we have taken birth, not just for fishy existence. So may the Lord bless all of us and guide us in this direction so that we shall be the achievers, not the losers. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Rama Krishna Arpanamastu.